And now we are going to see a simple program related to Java. And here this is a class sample. Sample is the normal constructor. That is this constructor with no arguments. You have not passed any arguments over here. Okay, and you have sample int x comma y. This is a parameterized constructor what you are going to use. Okay, parameterized constructor what you are going to use. Now what's the difference between these two constructors means, that is using this constructor it is a default, that is a no argument constructor, and this is a parameterized constructor. You are going to pass parameters. Now how you are going to take up a object for calling this thing. Okay, always you know the constructor is being associated with instantiating the object variable. Now how to create an object? The object is being created using sample s1 is equal to new sample of. Here s1 is the object. S1 is the object for this class, and new is the keyword which help you to create a memory allocation for memory allocation of this object. And sample is the constructor what you are going to use to initialize this object variables. Okay, initialize the object instance variables of the objects. Okay, it helps you to initialize the instance variables of the object. Now I have given here two kinds of thing. One is sample of, this is no argument constructor. So when it sees this, it calls here. It calls here and it goes with sample of here. And it prints the statement as simple constructor program. It prints the statement as simple constructor program. And the second thing is sample s2 is equal to new sample of, here I have passed two values. These two values comes under the arguments, argument 1 and argument 2. So now these two arguments have to be represented. So what will the compiler do? The compiler checks whether there is an argument passed constructor is called or a non-argument constructor is called. Now in this case argument passed constructor is called. So what will happen here, from here this s2 will be, object will be created using this thing. So when you are going to create an s2, this constructor will be called and you are going to print the statement system.out.println of argument 1 and argument 2. This is how you are going to use constructors with arguments and with no arguments. Now if I am going to give without this, if I am not given this, okay, if I am not given with this, then I cannot call this constructor, but I can call this constructor because it is called as default constructor now. Now it is called as default constructor now. Why? Because I haven't created any constructor over here explicitly, but I am using this. What will happen? Now this is the work of the JVM to create a, this if I have not given, then this is the work of a JVM to create a default constructor and add to the class. Okay, for initializing the variable. Now this this constructor is called as default constructor. Why? We haven't created any constructor inside explicitly, but we have used this constructor over here. So what will happen? This constructor helps you to create the object instantly with the null values. With the null values. This is what the concept behind the default constructor. Now, if this is the constructor program. Now, there is a concept called constructor overloading. Okay, there is a concept called constructor overloading. Constructor overloading. So what is this constructor overloading means? What is overloading? If you are going to do one or more work at the same time, then it is called as overloading. Now what is constructor overloading means? If I am creating a constructor, any number of constructor with same arguments, okay, with same name but different arguments. See here, I'm going to create it as int x, int y, comma, int z. Okay, I am going to create like this. Here you have created the third constructor. Now here you have three constructors available. One is with no argument and parameterized constructor with two arguments, and another one is parameterized constructor with three arguments. Now when you are going to write a program like this, and if you are calling like this, sample s3 is equal to new sample of 45 comma 50 comma 60, then what will happen? At this junction, s3 will be created only with the help of the third constructor, only with the help of the third constructor. As when you are going to create a class, you can create any number of constructor, and if you are going to call like this is called as constructor overloading. How the constructors are differentiated means, the constructors are differentiated only with the help of the number of arguments passed. When you call like this, the transfer will be going here. If you call like this, the program execution will be calling the second one, and if you call like this, then this will be calling the third one. This is what constructor overloading. Now here I have created a class. The class contains, the class name is by, and here you have a constructor, and inside the main method I have created like this is default constructor what you have created. And here in this program, here in the case of this program, I'll show you.